I didn't expect to be in this position at the end of 2025. When the year started out, I had no idea where this journey would take me. But the more I started learning and realizing what was happening in our government in the state of Alabama, the more I realized that I had to take a step to have agency over my future. And that seems to be the theme of the year 2025 for me: agency. Because the people can elect their government. We've fallen into a system of just looking at whether they have a D or an R next to their name and not really knowing what they stand for and just voting along party lines no matter what. But that's not helping us. We have the choice. We have agency. We love Alabama. We don't have to have an Alabama that is eighth highest in poverty at 16.1%. We don't have to have a 13.1% food insecurity rate, which is among the highest in the nation. We don't have to be 47th to 49th in education. We don't have to be the state where our kids want to leave or they feel like they have to leave to get a good job and to have opportunity. We can be a state that people want to come to, a state that produces energy in abundance. We can take control and stop fighting over the things that don't matter in the long run and take control over our lives now. We can have a state that people want to come to. We can lower prices. We can make things more accessible, and we can have a state that puts meaningful regulation around AI so that it doesn't take over our jobs, so that it doesn't gouge consumers of their money and make the rich richer. We can make our education system better so that teachers are more equipped to handle AI education and that students are equipped to learn how to use it effectively, but without losing their critical thinking skills. We can have a state where energy costs are more affordable and where the energy infrastructure is modernized. We don't have to be paying the highest electricity rates in the Southeast. We can improve this. We are already the fourth largest producer of nuclear power in the country. We can improve that. We can scale it up so that we produce a lot of nuclear power and solar power, so that we have enough energy to supply us and any kind of industry coming into the state and not have to gouge its citizens in the process. We have control over our future. And that is what I've learned in 2025: that I have agency and I can step up and have control over my life and not just sit back and complain about it. That's why I'm running as an independent. I want to represent everybody, and I think everybody should have a stake in who represents them, not just I'm going to vote for a D or an R, or the person running is just going to represent the people that voted for them. No, that's not the way our government should work. That's not what's actually going to help us. And instead of fighting left versus right, we should be aware and take control of our government and fight back against the people with the power, with the money, that don't want you to look at where the money's going. They just want to fight about should this particular food be on SNAP benefits, or should this particular thing be subsidized by Medicaid, or whether this particular book should be on the shelves. That's not helping improve the lives of everyday Alabamians. They want to fight over these things so that you're not looking at how the rich and powerful can keep their power, can buy influence, and can rig the tax system and all the other systems so that the rich get richer and you get poorer. So in 2026, that's my vision for Alabama: to take agency over our future, to get involved, to be aware of what's happening, and to actually elect officials that are going to represent the best interests for you. And we can have a better state to live in. We can have control over our future. That's what I learned in 2025, that I have agency. And in 2026, it's time for all of Alabama to take agency over our collective future.